the world's great novels. The work of a man who wrote prose as if it were poetry, endowing each phrase with imaginative meaning, and using to the fullest the shades and gradations of the human character. NBC's University of the Air brings you the first episode in a 4-part version of George Meredith's Diana of the Crossways. Another in our series of books that live the world's great novels.
The time, the second quarter of the 19th century. The very air was festive that night. All of Erin was celebrating the return of a British hero of Irish blood from his victorious Indian campaign. Across the miles, over field and bogland, the toast was the same.
Hi, Lord Larian, God bless him.
Aye, he's an honor to the old country.
His Ireland gives England her soldiers, and her generals, too.
Right, George, right. And did you know that Lord Larian insisted on an Irish regiment?
Aye, he never marched to battle and they not handy, because when he struck hard.
And he has a wound in his right leg to prove it.
And 2 fingers off his left hand. He bled for England to show her what Irishmen are when they're well treated.
To Lord Larian, God bless him.
Lord Larian!
And while the deeds of the hero were being recited and toasted through the land by his rustic countrymen, a ball was being conducted in his honor in the assembly rooms of the capital city. The fine old warrior stood at the upper end of the long saloon, happy in passing the troops of animated ladies under review. His aide, Captain Sir Lucan Dunstane, stood beside him, now and again recalling to the general's mind the names of the people who passed by.
Lord and Lady Presby. And the couple just entering the archway to the right.
True. Never mind them, Lucan. Who is she?
She, General?
That lovely creature in white with the raven hair.
Oh, she is beautiful.
Yes.
But I do not recollect her. She's nodding to my wife. I shall ask Lady Dunstane about her, and when you join us presently, I may be able to tell you more of her.
I trust this first social evening in Ireland has not over-fatigued you, Lady Dunstane. May I have the honor of sitting with you a while?
The honor is mine. But confess now, General, it is your curiosity which has brought you to me. You are perishing to know more about the fair enchantress of the evening.
Well...
Let me hear that you admire her. It pleases me.
I do. Who wouldn't?
She crossed the channel expressly to dance here tonight in your honor.
She makes everything in the room dust around a blazing jewel.
She makes a poet of a soldier, certainly.
Why does it please you, Lady Dunstane, that I admire her?
She is my dearest friend. Younger than I, as might well be seen. I nursed her when she was an infant. My father and Dan Murrian were chums.
Daughter of the famous Dan Murrian?
Yes. We were parted by my marriage in the voyage to India. She is 18 and in the market, General.
My dear, my poorest subaltern is richer than I in the wherewithal to bid for such prizes. What is her full name?
Diana Antonia Murrian. Tony to me, Diana to the world.
And honest Irish.
Oh, she's Irish.
I see she's coming to greet you. I'll step aside a bit, Lady Dunstane, so as not to intrude upon your first meeting.
And I shan't forget you're waiting to be introduced, General.
Emmy, my darling Emmy.
Tony.
Oh, Emmy, I wondered if we'd ever be together again. How I've missed you.
I should not have come but for the hope of seeing you here, my dear Tony.
Emmy, tell me, you're not still ill?
One dance has tired me. Tony, you are to perform the ceremonious bow to Lord Larian.
Oh, let us chatter a while first.
Time for that later. He is the hero of the evening and waits to meet you. Lord Larian.
Lady Dunstane.
Miss Murrian. Lord Larian.
Your servant, Miss Murrian. I was a great admirer of your father.
And I am a great admirer of you.
Ah. Then perhaps I might presume to ask you to chat through a quadrille with me.
You decline to make any of us women proud by dancing tonight, General?
Ah, I'm afraid my legs have seen too much battle.
Emma, my dear,
Yes, Lucan?
I wish to introduce a fellow Harrovian of old days, Mr. Thomas Redworth.
Mr. Redworth?
This is an honor I've long awaited, Lady Dunstane.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Mr. Redworth is our weather prophet, a meteorologist.
Oh?
You remember in India my pointing to you his name in a newspaper letter on the subject?
Indeed, I do recall. I remember Lucan saying, Mr. Redworth,
Wonderful.
Oh, yes.
that your prophecies could always be counted on for the cricketing days.
Oh, thank you.
The weather and women have some resemblance, they say. Is it true that he who reads the one can read the other?
Oh, I beg pardon. Women. Weather and women.
Yes.
No, the 1 point more variable in women makes all the difference.
Oh, the General seems to be enjoying himself immensely.
Yes, as would most any man who... Lady Dunstane, may I ask who she is?
Diana Merion, my dearest friend. Would you like an introduction?
I should indeed.
It shall be arranged.
Does she live in England?
England or anywhere she is taken in. She will live, I hope, chiefly with me when we are settled at Copsley. And we shall always welcome you as a guest, Mr. Redworth.
You may be sure I shall take advantage of your invitation, Lady Dunstane.
You seem to have enjoyed yourself with the General, Tony.
Oh, my dream of a true soldier, Emmy.
He is a noble old man.
Oh, don't say old man, Emmy. With his uniform and his height and his grey head, he's like a glorious October day just before the brown leaves fall.
You still write verse, Tony?
A little. But someday I shall turn my hand to novels. Oh, Emmy, it's so good to be with you again.
I know. There are so many things to ask you. What has been done with the old Crossways?
The house, you know, became mine after Dada died. It's all I have. If only I could afford to, I would evict the tenants. They can't have my feeling for the place where I was born.
Are they wealthy?
Tolerably. The name is Warwick, and so far as I can understand, keep the place to be near the Sussex Downs. They've a favourite nephew who likes to ride.
You've not met them?
No, though I've an engagement to visit them.
Are you often in the world? Dinner, dances?
People are kind to me.
Any proposals? Nibbles? Quite heart-free.
Absolutely. And may I be for another 10 years.
I'm not sure you can escape it so long.
Oh, Emmy.
Supper has been announced, and already a host of your admirers are drawing near to ask the permission to escort you.
I know. 'Tis a problem at times.
Have you promised any of these gentlemen the supper hour?
No.
Then go with Mr. Redworth, whom you danced with earlier. He is a splendid person, and you will escape the crush.
If you wish it, Emmy. And I think I should enjoy it myself.
After the memorable ball, Diana Merion spent many weeks visiting the homes of other friends. And when she arrived at the Dunstane estate, she entertained her friend with accounts of her visit.
And the Pettigrews were as cordial as always, Emmy, and they send you their best.
I am most anxious to hear of your visit at the Crossways, Tony.
It was very hard for me, Emmy, seeing strange masters in my home, but they were kind. Mr. Augustus Warwick, the nephew I told you of, entertained me a great deal.
What is he like, Tony?
Oh, rather a gentlemanly official, 34. Fearfully spoiled by his aunt and uncle, I fear. He's a barrister, but he doesn't practice, and that's really all I can seem to say about him.
You look troubled, dear.
Not troubled. I actually haven't a care in the world. But there's a weariness in constantly wandering, like a leaf off the tree. Not having any place to really call my home. Oh, don't let my silly prattle upset you, darling. It's only a mood. It'll pass.
Beg pardon, madam.
Guess with us.
Mr. Thomas Redworth has arrived.
Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you, Emmy. Mr. Redworth and I are going to take a long walk this afternoon.
Mr. Redworth again? He calls quite often, Tony.
Now, don't use that knowing look with me, Emmy, because you're wrong.
He is an excellent man.
He is indeed. But I'm afraid we're a hopeless couple, Emmy. We've become so friendly.
Diana stayed at Copsley through the fall and winter. and the visits of Thomas Redworth became more and more frequent. One evening, as Lady Dunstane sat with her husband, Sir Lucan broached the subject.
You know, my dear, Diana appears to be meditating upon Mr. Redworth.
She insists, Lucan, that there is only friendship between them.
But she quotes him at every chance upon every conceivable subject. No doubt she admires him greatly, and certainly the frequency of his visits shows that he...
I'm tempted to wonder, Lucan. Naturally, I feel that any man could not resist being attracted to Tony. And yet, have you noticed how often he seems abstracted in her presence?
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. Extraordinary.
And frequently when they do talk, he disagrees with Tony. It perplexes me. But frankly, I feel Diana could make a more brilliant match than with Mr. Redworth.
He's a capital fellow.
Yes, but he could not give her the wealth and position a few others could.
Well, I scarce feel we need fret about it, Emma. Diana is still very young.
Oh, I shouldn't have given it a thought 6 months ago. But of late, Diana's become restless of, as she puts it, constantly wandering like a leaf off a tree.
With the return of spring, Diana prepared to leave Copsley for another round of visits. As she waited with Sir Lucan for the Valley Road to meet the coach, a man on horseback approached them.
Oh, Bonnie. Oh.
Well, Redworth, this is an unexpected pleasure.
It is indeed. Good afternoon, Miss Marion.
Good afternoon, Mr. Redworth.
I was just now on my way up to Copsley.
We shall be happy of a visit from you. And now that Diana is leaving us, we shall feel quite alone.
Leaving, Miss Marion?
For the summer.
We've missed you these last few weeks.
I've missed Copsley. But I've been absorbed in railways these days.
Oh, you've not invested money in that novel venture?
I have. All I possess.
Oh, I say, I hope you realize the precariousness of such a speculation. You might well be ruined within the year.
I take that chance. But on the other hand, I might within the year have a tolerable fortune. Miss Marion.
Yes, Mr. Redworth.
I want to... I was wondering where you might be written to during the summer, in case of my wishing to send you any news.
If you send letters to Copsley, I shall be sure to receive them. I'm always in touch with Lady Dunstane.
The long summer months, that for many held only idle living, were filled with urgent business matters for Thomas Redworth. 'Twas a Saturday afternoon in early autumn when he again visited Copsley for an appointment with Lady Dunstane. He found her at her writing desk, pen in hand, but paper untouched.
Oh, I have disturbed you, Lady Dunstane. Please continue your letter.
I scarcely know how to write what I must. I would rather chat for half an hour first.
As you wish.
I was highly flattered by your note, Mr. Redworth. Flattered that you wanted to ask my advice about a matter.
I felt you were the one person I could come to, Lady Dunstane.
Would you care to discuss the subject now?
Lady Dunstane, as you know, I have become a railway speculator.
Yes?
And because of the strides being made, I stand a chance to realize quite a bit from the speculation. Lady Dunstane, I come to you now for counsel. I'm not held among my acquaintances to be a marrying man, as it is called.
You mean you involve no one but yourself in this venture?
Still, the day may come. That is, my view of marriage is that no man should ask a woman to be his wife unless he is well able to support her in the comforts, and not to say the luxury she is accustomed to.
Mr. Redworth, I am rather in a mist. At first you seemed concerned with business matters, and now... Pray specify the exact point upon which you do me the honor of consulting me.
Well, it is, if you think me justified at this time in asking a lady to share my lot.
Why not?
Then I may write to her at once.
Tell me, is it Diana?
Diana Marion.
Oh.
She's in love with someone else?
In love? I shall read you the letter I received from her this morning.
My own Emmy, I've been asked in marriage by Mr. Warwick and have accepted him. I've decided it is the wisest thing a waif can do. We're to live at the Crossways for 4 months of the year, so I shall have Dada in his best days and all my youngest dreams surrounding me. My old home for a new one. send your blessings to your turn.
You see, not a word of love in it. The wisest thing a waif can do. She sounds as if she had grown desperate. Why did you not speak before? You might have won her.
I had no right before.
Oh, women are not puppets. It is good for them to rough it a little in the early days of marriage.
But now I am too late.
I fear so.
Then I must make up my mind to it. I think I'll take a walk.
Yes, do. And, Mr. Redworth?
Yes?
This will be our secret.
I thank you with all my heart, Lady Dunstane. During their bridal tour of Italy, Diana had tried to foster a little bloom of sentiment for her husband. But by the time they paid their first visit to Copsley, it was plain to Lady Dunstane that Diana merely wore the mask and played the part of a dutiful wife in an attempt to make the best of a poor bargain.
It was a pleasure to hear Augustus's remarks on Italian painting, Emmy. He's quite an authority.
A smattering of knowledge here and there. Nothing, really.
Well, I'm sure you must have been delighted with Italy, Mr. Warwick.
Quite so. However, I find England is never so much with me as when I am away from it.
How is that?
Simply that we English are the aristocracy of Europe.
Oh, do you not think that somewhat rash, Augustus?
Pardon me, I do not, my dear. I feel below my element anywhere but here.
Will you live part of the time at the Crossways?
Oh, yes. Augustus has promised me he will never ask me to sell it. He loves the Crossways almost as much as I do.
I think it has a quaint charm, Diana. However, your love for it is rather beyond reason. It's really just a big, drafty house. We shall spend a great deal of time in London.
Will you go into some sort of business?
Augustus is prepared for most any position, Emmy. He knows the law completely.
However, I believe that to live as a true gentleman according to the right standards is so consuming it leaves little time for one to devote to professional pursuits.
Well, Emma.
Yes, Lucan?
Warwick's a gentlemanly fellow, has a fine taste in wine.
Lucan, there is no use pretending.
Huh?
He is like a house, locked up and empty. Empty even of ghosts.
Exactly.
How could my beautiful and brilliant Tony have committed such a rashness? The man is idle, and Tony despises idleness in men. I can excuse her submerging herself to give him a better advantage in our company, but I cannot excuse her for having married him.
Two years went by. Thomas Redworth was in America, carving up that hemisphere with railroads. Lady Dunstane had become a confirmed invalid, confined to Copsley. And Diana Warwick was a famous figure in London society.
A witty woman is a treasure. A witty beauty is a power. Such a combination is Diana Warwick.
I must admit, I was at first startled that such a beautiful creature could talk. And then to find that what she said had made the rest of the company seem complete dullards.
Did you hear what she said at dinner last evening of romance? The young who avoid that region escape the title of fool at the cost of a celestial crown.
And of poetry. Those that have souls meet their fellows there.
Her dinners are the most celebrated in the city. They're famous from all walks of life. Cluster to them.
Lord Dennisburg, Minister of the Cabinet, was known to be one of the admirers of Mrs. Warwick. For a while, he was considered only one of a crowd observing a star. But when Augustus Warwick found it necessary to seek a position, and the eminent minister gave him an appointment, the Hunting Pack Society of London had a quarry. No great scandal had occurred for several months. The world was in want of it. Stories of Lord Dannisburgh and Mrs. Warwick whipped the hot pursuit.
Tony, I was beginning to fear you would never return to see me.
Oh, Emmy, I never meant to neglect you.
Oh, you haven't, Tony. But I have wanted to talk with you.
I think I know what about.
Then I can speak frankly. Are you altogether cautious, Tony?
You refer to Lord Dannisburgh?
Yes.
Emmy, he is near what father's age would have been, and is, I think, next to Dada and you, my dearest friend. And unless I am to suppose that marriage is the end of me, I must keep him among my treasures.
You see him often?
Almost daily, though not for long. He's busy in session now. But as long as he does me the honor to esteem my poor portion of brains by coming to me for what he's good enough to call my counsel, I shall let the world wag its tongue.
Are you not troubled by what people say?
No. I've never been happier. Never shall be. He's the kindest of souls.
But is this friendship wise, Tony? I am thinking only of you.
We women are the verbs passive of the alliance. And if we take to activity with the best intentions, we conjugate a frightful disturbance. I have the misfortune to know I was born unactive. I take my chance.
Lucan.
Oh, yes, my dear. Could I get you something? Another pillow, a ring for tea?
Lucan, you know what it is I want.
Huh?
News of Tony. I received 3 letters from her the first week after she returned to London, and now 3 weeks have elapsed without a word.
Oh, it's very unlike Diana.
Lucan, you cannot hide things from me so easily as that. You were in London yesterday. I know society there must have some word.
I feared that speaking of it would only make you more ill.
Anything is preferred to this uncertainty. Please tell me what you learned.
Oh, very well, my dear. When I first reached London, I came across one of those scandalmonger journals. It was a few weeks old.
Tony's name was in it?
No, not a name, but it mentioned Mr. and Mrs. W. and a distinguished peer of the realm. The paragraph was brief, but they worded it very cleverly with a flavor and a promise of more to come.
Go on.
Well, the minute I attended a few gatherings, I found that the names were spoken openly, swept from mouth to mouth, gathering matter as they flew.
Did you not try to see Diana?
Emma.
I want to know everything.
I went immediately to her door and was informed that the mistress of the house was absent.
Did they say where?
The servant was exceedingly cold and grave. He said her address was unknown. And later, I heard that Warwick had served her with a process.
When Lady Dunstane awakened the next morning, there was a letter from Diana on her pillow. It read,
He has no case against me without bribing witnesses. However, I leave the case and him to the world. It is a guiltless kind of suicide to bury myself abroad. But I cannot face the world. At the trial, yes. But not where I am expected to smile and sparkle, lest I incur suspicion if I show a sign of oppression. I abhor the part of an actress. I should do it too well and destroy my soul in the performance. Is a good name before such a world as this worth that sacrifice? From whatever place I go, I will write constantly. But I'm henceforth dead to the rest of the world. This letter and I leave London by different routes. I long to see you, but I must depart quickly.
Lady Dunstane read and reread the letter. After many hours, her invalid sensitiveness cast herself into Tony's feelings.
She will visit the Crossways again before leaving it forever. I am sure of it. If I could but talk with her. She must now throw her life away. If Lucan had not gone back to London, I could send him there with a letter. But by the time he gets back, she will have gone.
Madam.
Oh, yes, with us.
A visitor, madam.
I cannot entertain now.
It is Mr. Thomas Redworth.
Redworth? Back from America? Show him up at once with us. I understand how she shrinks from playing a part and going about having to behave as if nothing were in the air. He is leaving the country.
Oh, but that is wrong.
Wrong. I know. Our bravest have an impulse to run, but she must not, or she will live with it for the rest of her life.
She must be stopped. You feel she's at the crossways?
So positive that if Lucan were here, I should send him there immediately with a letter. But he is away.
Have you a stout horse in the stables?
You remember the mare Bertha? You've ridden her.
The mare will do.
Will you find your way?
Yes, she's often pointed out to me from your ridges where the crossways lies. I shall find it. I have 3 hours of daylight and a moon to rise.
You understand?
Everything, I fancy.
If she is there?
I engaged to deliver a letter to the crossways tonight, and I pledge myself to do all that is humanly possible to bring her back to Copsley.
Diana of the Crossways by George Meredith is one of the world's great novels, brought to you each week by the NBC University of the Air. Listen next week to the second episode of Diana of the Crossways. And remember that countless fine books are to be had in your local public library. To enhance your enjoyment of this series, we recommend the Handbook of the World's Great Novels, which you may obtain by sending 25 cents to World's Great Novels, Post Office Box 30, Station J, New York 27, New York. That's Post Office Box 30, Station J, New York 27. Diana of the Crossways is adapted for radio by Agnes Eckhart. The music was composed by Emil Soderstrom, and the orchestra was directed by Bernard Berquist. The entire production was under the direction of Homer Heck. Geraldine Kay is heard as Diana. Lady Emma is played by Alma Potts. Sir Lucan by Donald Gallagher. Thomas Redworth by Larry Alexander. Lord Larian by Sherman Marks. And Augustus Warwick by Sidney Breeze. Others were Hope Summers, George Kluge, and Duke Watson. The narrator was Jonathan Howell. This is John Conrad. This program comes to you from Chicago and is a presentation of the National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent station. The Community Chest needs your contribution. The goal for 1948 is $168 million. That's a lot of money. And if the goal is to be reached, we must all give as much as we can. 1/2 of the families in every community receive direct benefits from Community Chest Red Feather Services. And the other half, they benefit directly from improved community conditions. A contribution will help the organizations that stand ready to help you when you need help. Maternity clinics, hospitals, homes for the aged, the Salvation Army, and youth organizations such as the Boy Scouts, the YMCA, and the YWCA. So be generous with your dollars. Give as much as you can. Give to the Community Chest. Everybody benefits. Everybody gives. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.